What's up, fish tank people? Dustin's Fish Tanks bringing it to you on a Sunday, baby. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're going to talk about the invisible parts of your aquarium and how you can improve the invisible parts of your aquarium to make the visible parts better. Today's video, we are going to be talking about your Bioload. We are going to be talking about the mineral content in your water, and we're going to be talking about your lights. First things first, you want to see your plants, you want to see your fish, but you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. Make sure your Bioload's rocking the sure shot. We're talking about Bioload here, folks. So this goes against the whole clean thing, but you gotta have a dirty spot in your aquarium. You gotta have a spot where the invisible Bioload lives. The back of your filter, a large portion of your Bioload lives in the substrate. You know, I like to do a dirted substrate. That's another video. You click the links in the description to see some about what I talk about with that. But you gotta have a spot that's a filthy spot where all the ammonia can be converted to nitrite, can be converted to nitrate. And guess what eats nitrate, our friends? That's right. Polly or Patricia plants consume the nitrate, but you gotta have this invisible Bioload area to get to that stage. You gotta have the ugly part in order to get to the sexy part, the pretty part where you're seeing all your plants grow and the waste being removed naturally with your Bioload, helping out your fish. And now let's talk about another invisible part of your aquarium that is so vitally important to both the health of the plants and the fish. We're talking about the nutrients in your water column, the dissolved solids in your water column. If you want to get fancy and use a TDS tester, a total dissolved solids tester, you can actually get a number of how much stuff is in your water. But stick with me at a high level here. Let's go back to Mother Nature, if you will. Okay, Mother Nature. All of a sudden you're a plant out in the wild and there's a massive storm and all the sediments and all the goo and all the dirt and everything is just mushed around, and you've got chocolate milk looking water all over the place. What is that water full of? It's full of all kinds of nutrients: calcium, magnesium, iron, potassium, phosphorus, copper, boron, you name it. All the stuff is in there, okay? All of these nutrients are readily available in the water column with Mother Nature. Now this goes counterintuitive to what we're thinking with our aquariums, because we want to have crystal clear water. See my video on RO water where I talk about how people want to use perfectly clear or reverse osmosis water, when you want the opposite. You actually want a lot of stuff, mineral content in your water here. So it's important to understand that just because you can't see it, your water is like a sponge with all these extra minerals in it, and the more of those minerals you have, the more readily they're going to be available to the plants and to the fish, and balancing pH and these sorts of things to your aquarium. The invisible water, folks. What's in your water? All right, I want to stay here for a second because I think it's important, because people get too caught up on actually what is in their water and they chase individual nutrients, iron, potassium, magnesium, whatever. They're chasing little elements. But you want to think like Mother Nature. You want to think like a plant. You don't want to chase elements, because as soon as you actually get enough of a certain element, you're just limiting something else. So do not chase elements. Holistic approach. Big water changes. Yes, we do sell our growth juice fertilizer, which is a heck of a multi-fert. But at the end of the day, you want to replace everything, because you just want to load up on iron, because then you're making some other limiting factor. Think of your plants like sponges as well. Your plants are in the water and they're slowly pulling all of these things out of the water column. Your plants are sponges taking everything you don't see out of the water column. And if you're liking this type of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification button so you can get notified of when we're dropping these videos on you. But now we're in the greenhouse. It's time to talk about the other thing you can't see. We're talking about lighting. Time to take my coat off, talk about this lighting. You ready for this? It's an invisible thing. You can't see it. But Dustin, I can see light. Listen. You can see light, but you don't see what plants see. You don't see what I see. You don't see what plants see. This is what plants see in the spectral composition. This is what humans see. It is the opposite. Let me get real deep with you on lighting. This is all of the energy coming off of the sun, and there is scientific research beyond the scope of this layman's video that talks about how plants might use more than just the visible spectrum. You don't see what plants see. It's all about the spectral composition, what is composed in the nanometers of the light that you are providing to your plants. You can have a light that looks super bright to you but is doing your plants no good, i.e. most of the hoods that come with your aquariums have white looking bulbs that are actually more whitish blue, which look bright to you but are doing the plants hardly any good at all. Spectral composition. Folks, if you like what we're doing, subscribe, make it an awesome week, and tank on. Later.